my body, I lose my mind, my secret place, leave the world behind. And music is my medicine. Music heals my soul. Music is my medicine. Music makes me whole. There is no evil. There is no good. There's only life. If only you would open your heart, open your soul, let it pour out like a newborn foal. Music is my medicine. Music heals my soul. Music is my medicine. Music makes me whole. I feel it now. Wash over me. Just close your eyes. Now you can see. Mother Earth, Father, Son. All we know, it's all the one. Music is my medicine, and it heals. Music heals my soul. Music is my medicine. Music makes me whole. Open my soul, whatever it is, I let it go. I feel as one, I feel the bliss, nothing to find, nothing to miss. Music is my medicine. Music heals my soul. Music is my medicine. Music makes me whole.
So I feel like when we come here together, we're taking our medicine. You know, New Thought was founded on ideas of healing. You know, back in the day, the late 1800s, when this all started getting going, you couldn't just take a pill or get a shot. They didn't have the medical technology that we have today. So sometimes people were just looking for any way to get healed or cured. You know, our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, how many knows the Myrtle Fillmore story about she had tuberculosis, and she realized that she was being mean to her body, that she was treating her body like it was an enemy, like she was mad at it or something. She went to a New Thought meeting held by this guy, E.B. Weeks, and she came away with this affirmation: I'm a child of God, and therefore I do not inherit sickness. See, she thought that she had inherited tuberculosis from her family, because a lot of people in her family had TB. And she expected to die young because that's what they told her. But she goes to see this guy speak, and she got a different idea about it. And so she started every day to consciously praise her body instead of saying, this body, it's diseased. I can't do anything with it, and I'm tired all the time. She sat in a chair. She had one chair for Jesus, one chair for her, and every day for 2 years she would go in there and she would talk to her organs, and she would praise the different parts of her body, because she became aware that anything that she praised increased. And we are the life of God in expression. So if we praise the life that we are, then that life will increase. If you have a plant that's dead, just bring it to me. I will praise it back to life. I love my plants. I talk to them all the time. I tell them how pretty they are, what nice blooms they have. Ooh, I got some in Key West. When I was down there, like my little babies, I was out there talking to them when it was cold. It's going to be all right. Just keep going. This is going to go away. You're in Savannah. It'll be okay. Practicing the power of praise, the power of gratitude. And this is a power that everybody has. Did you know that you're all superheroes? You're just disguised as a normal person. But you have all these powers within you that some of us don't even know we have. Like, did you grow up anybody telling you that you were the Christ of God and you're everything that God is? You know, so a few of us did. I mean, just think about, Julian is probably going to be levitating by the time he's 16, right? Because he hears this stuff all the time. The power of gratitude and faith. Traditional churches, when they do Advent, they start with hope. In Unity, we start with faith. Because hope is like a wish. Well, I hope if I'm good, Santa Claus will bring me a present. I hope if I'm good that God will heal me. I hope if I'm good that God will prosper me. I hope if I'm good, I'm just wishing that I know I can be good and that right person is going to come along. God's going to send it to me. But when we start working with these spiritual principles, and we see them demonstrated in our lives, we're working with the power of faith because we know it works. It's moving from, I believe this works because somebody else told me it works, or I saw somebody else get better when they used New Thought principles, to the knowing, the realization, like, yes, I know this works because I did it. I tried it. You should try it. Your life will change. Change your thought and the feeling that fuels it, and you will change your life. And so when we come here on Sunday morning, it's like we're taking our medicine. When we read our Advent book every day, when we spend time in the silence, we're taking our medicine. It's the medicine for our soul. We're giving our soul praise. We're giving it some high vibration. We're bathing it in love. Of course it responds. The whole universe responds to love. You can think of God like a puppy. You ever thought about that before? I mean, if you have a puppy, it's always glad to see you. It's waiting by the door. You come home. Hi, here I am. It's you! Oh my God! It's kind of how God is. It's like, you're meditating, finally! Here you are! I've got a lot to tell you. Been gone for a while. Let me fill you in on some stuff. So we're taking our medicine when we come down here. And I I'm really excited about a new ministry team that we have put together. It's called our Care Team Ministry. And so the way it works is, let's say that, and I picked on Linda this morning, I'm going to pick on her again. Let's say that Linda, and we know this will never happen because she is such a good truth student and grounded in truth. But let's just say that Miss Blessy was in the hospital. And she said, well, I would really like it if people sent me some text to let me know they were thinking about me and maybe said a few prayers. But I really don't want anybody to come by and see me right now because I don't. So she would call me and say, hey, Reverend Dale, I'm in the hospital. Can you let the care team know? I would love some prayers and some text. And so anybody who's on the care team would get an email from the church that says, hey, Miss Blessy is in the hospital. Please surround her in prayer. And here's her phone number if you would like to text her, but no calls, please. Do you see how that works? So anybody that's a member of the church or a regular attendee is welcome to be on the care team ministry. And there's a sign-up sheet in the lobby as you go out, and all you need to let us know is your name and your email address, which won't get shared with the rest of the list. We use our constant contact program to send these out, so nobody sees any of your information. But the next time that somebody needs our support, you will get an email if you're on the care team. So this is just another way that we can help each other rise up in vibration. You know, because there are some times where I don't think I'm the light of the world. There's some times where I get tired of being the light of the world. Anybody? You know? It's like, oh, I'm not feeling it today. Yeah, so I need support. I need people to help me raise up my vibration. I don't want to get stuck down here. I want to be up here with y'all. You know, and see those smiling faces. Like, isn't it good to come down here on Sunday? I just feel so good after we leave. You know, we've talked about this before. The church I used to go to, I felt terrible after I left. I was like, oh God, I'm never going to amount to anything. And I come here and I feel lifted up. So that's what we're about. Practicing our powers of faith, our powers of gratitude. And as you go through this Christmas season, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed or discombobulated and you need a midweek lift, we have a Wednesday night service at 6:30. Sometimes we get 3 people, sometimes we get 30. It's just, you never can tell. But Kyle and me usually do it together, and the last time we got together, we've been reading out of this book called Christian Healing. If you don't have it, you should get it. And I loved what he said and read so much about raising our vibrations and the power of sound and tone that I asked Kyle to share a little bit of that with you today.
Thank you, Rev Dale. We're ganging up on you today. So this book is a collection of writings from Charles Fillmore. Wonderful book, highly recommended. And we're in a chapter right now that is called The Word. As an example of the vibratory power of the spoken word, a vocalist can shatter a wine glass by concentrating upon it certain tones. Every time we speak, we cause the atoms of the body to tremble and change their places. Not only do we cause the atoms of our own body to change their position, but we raise or lower the rate of vibration and otherwise affect the bodies of others with whom we come in contact. By telling the little child that he looks sick and tired, the mother produces these conditions in the child's mind and body. If the mother addresses words of health, life, and strength to the child, these will set his bodily functions into activity, and they will express the harmony of the dominant thought. Thus, every word brings forth after its kind. The seed is the creative idea inherent in the word, the nature that it inherits from its parent source, God. The enthusiast in floral culture who hovers over and talks in loving tones to his flowers always has success with them, while his neighbor, that would be me, who is cold and indifferent, fails. The mental emanation and the creative word are the forces that stimulate the receptive intelligence of nature. And although the enthusiast may know nothing of the law of mind, he is using it in its most effective mode, the creative word. In like manner, the spiritual healer mentally and audibly speaks to the same all-pervading receptacle, and it responds by building up wasted tissues and weakened functions. So it responds by building up wasted tissues and weakened functions. Isn't that fascinating stuff? I love the idea of the vocalist that can break the wine glass. It's amazing. It's amazing the things that we know and the things that we have around us. How many of you are familiar with Dr. Emoto's experiment with the water crystals? Everybody is familiar with that? You can, if you're not, you can find it on the Google. He would take bottles of water and praise them and write positive affirmations on them, and then he would freeze them. And then he would take other bottles of water and he would curse them and send them to bad mojo and pin a voodoo doll on it and freeze them. And he would pull them out of the freezer, and the water that had been praised and blessed had these just immaculately beautiful crystals, the way it had frozen. Meanwhile, the other one didn't look so good. So it's pretty amazing that we know this stuff. And it's really amazing that when we speak, not only do we affect ourselves, we affect all those people around us. Everything looks solid to me. You all look like people, like solid individual people. But on a deeper level, when I look deeper, when we look deeper, when we think about the things that we actually know, we're not solid. Actually, no two atoms or molecules in the universe actually touch. Which is pretty amazing. There isn't anything solid in the universe at all. Not even the strongest steel. It's not solid at all. Look at it through a microscope and you'll see. It's just a bunch of little things very close together. So, the idea that we're working with here moves a little bit further and a little bit deeper. Everything in the universe is vibration. Our words, the clothes we wear, everything in our house, all the things, everything is a vibration. Everything has a vibration. And what is vibration? Vibration is sound. Everything in the universe has a sound. Any sensitive people here? Besides me? You ever walk into a room and you walk in and you just sit there for a minute and you say, I gotta get out of here. What? Why? What's the problem? There's nothing wrong. There's no pit bull chasing you. It's not, right, okay. We can sense that in everything. People, rooms, places, anything. We have these senses within us. We sense these things. We sense these things because we hear. You know, the human ear hears just a very little bit of what is possible with sound. Just a very small range of sound tones You know how the dogs can hear the tones that we can't hear? A lot of animals can hear tones that we can't hear. There's more tones that we cannot hear than there are tones that we can hear. Our frequency range is really not big at all. So everything in your house, everything around you, everybody around you, everything you say, the people you surround yourself with, everything is a vibration all the time. That's why I come here. I need to be around people who tell me you can do it. You got this. Right?
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can and you will.
Yes.
You are.
I am. So that's why we come here. And the song Music is My Medicine that we played for you. Music creates your consciousness. Did you know that? Music creates your state of consciousness. It doesn't just sort of manipulate it or lift it up or anything like that. It totally creates your consciousness. So whenever you're going through your house and you're working with energy and you're working with things in your house, remember that the music that you listen to is creating your consciousness. But the most important thing for everybody in here today to remember, my message for you today, is that you are a song. A beautiful song.
Amen. Thank you, Kyle. So we invite you to go on this spiritual adventure with us as we move through Advent. Remember, we do it metaphysically. We are a metaphysical church. You guys are metaphysicians. I am a metaphysician. Say it with me. I am a metaphysician. Amen. How does that feel? Julian is a metaphysician. So when we look at the symbol of the Christ child, it represents that rebirth, that reawakening of the Christ consciousness within us. It's like we're in this spiral. We've spiraled back around to this idea again. We get higher in our vibration and consciousness each time we move around. So let this Christmas be Christ in you. Christ as you. And use your powers of gratitude and faith to create happy days. Happy